After 45 years, the Kings can wear their crown. Score!
The Los Angeles Kings are indeed the kings of the National Hockey League.
Stanley Cup Moments, presented by McDonald's.
Kings and Devils come out for the start of the second period. 3-0. The Kings are in front here in Game 6.
You know, after Scuds got hit and we got the big power play, we started putting the pucks in the net. We got a pretty good lead there.
The Kings are in great shape early in the game, and Carter scores to make it 4-0.
Now Brown again feeds the slot. Carter a shot. Score!
That's when I felt confident that, okay, the Kings are going to win a Stanley Cup.
I know it's still early in the game, but you kind of have that feeling like this is the night. It's going to happen here.
I mean, the Kings are going to win the Stanley Cup, and it's going to be tonight, and it's going to be here at Staples Center, and it's going to be here in front of almost 19,000 fans.
It's kind of like at the 10-minute mark, I go, I think we're going to win this thing. And then the 5-minute mark, you're still thinking, and when Lewis scored, I said, wow, we are going to win this thing.
Here's an empty net, moving in, score! Trevor Lewis! 3:45 to go, and the Kings lead it 5-1.
You know, moments later, Green scores with a goal that surprised everybody.
And back to the right point. Green scores! Matt Green from the right point. And you can start celebrating. 3:30 to go, and the Kings lead 6-1.
Now they've got themselves a 6-1 lead. You know the game's over in your mind, but we all know it's not over till the final buzzer goes.
Right after Greener scored, the celebration started kind of going on the bench, and Daryl's still trying to call out lines.
He's behind the bench and he's coming down, chirping the D-man for this player, this pass we didn't make, and Drew this, Mitchie this. And it's like 3 minutes left and you're up by 5 goals. And it's just like, are you kidding me right now?
I know Daryl on our bench was pretty serious up until maybe a minute and a half left in the third period.
And Daryl came down, and I remember he kind of gave me a little shot in the ribs, and he's like, now we celebrate.
You're looking at the clock the whole time, just waiting for it to go down. You just wonder why it's not moving.
It gets a little hectic, and I think everybody's taking 20-second shifts just because they want to get back on the bench and enjoy it with all the other guys.
When you get back on the bench and you'd see everybody's face, your teammates, the coaching staff, every person you looked at, it was just like, you know, deer in headlights, just big hugs and just a huge celebration.
And the best part then was I could watch the players. They were just waiting for it to get over, and their guys' faces and watching them for those last 3 or 4 shifts. That was the best part.
You know, you look up, and that's the longest minute you'll ever have, and you know, it almost slows down where you can just look at everybody, see all the other players, how excited they are, and you're just trying to take it all in at that time.
In that third period, you're looking around at everybody and watching the fans and seeing how happy they are, and watching my family and seeing how happy they are, and looking at the organization and looking at the Anschutz family and just the sheer joy in everybody's face.
You know, the fans are sharing right in it, but that's the special thing about professional sports is you get to share your feeling with 19,000 other people.
The last row of fans are right in front of us. That was special because the fans are starting to come up and, you know, celebrate with Bob and high fives, and you can reaching out into the fans and you're touching your team. And in all honesty, I cried. I started crying because it was over.
I was so happy for Kings fans at that moment that you're not on the edge of your seat thinking, oh, if they tie it, we're going to overtime, and you're nervous. It's just, let's just let it out. Let's just cheer and scream and holler because the game is over. We finally won the Stanley Cup.
The countdown is on. 3, 2, 1. It's over.
Really the best part is when that horn goes off and you know that you've done it, and you get to share that moment with your teammates and the guys that have been with you for the whole season, the playoffs and everything, and that's by far my favorite moment.
As a kid, you grow up dreaming of winning the Stanley Cup in Game 7 of the overtime. Quite honestly, you talk about whining moments, I'll take the 6-1 blowout.
As it was counting down, 10, 5 seconds left, and I just remember taking off my gloves and my helmet and my stick.
I had my helmet off for like 9 seconds. I was ready to go.
And I remember me and Dewey were standing there, and like with a few seconds left, and we're both just like standing still, looking at each other, waiting.
I was kind of happy that I was on the bench when the buzzer went. Just being with the teammates on the bench and everybody hugging and yelling and jumping up and down, and it was kind of special just to be just with our teammates and our coaches.
The buzz that was increasing with every second that fell from the clock is like I had a feeling that you want to relive over and over and over and over and over again.
The noise just to keep building and building and building and finally erupting with the end of that, it's awesome.
It's loud. It was just it was like slow motion.
It's still, the whole experience is surreal, right? It's, it was really cool.
And it was just, seeing them, they looked like 12-year-olds out there. They were just unencumbered joy.
They had 4 minutes that were frozen in time. And usually you're in a game, you say, hurry up, get the clock down there. You didn't want the clock to run.
I mean, it's something that you've been looking forward to, and you wonder what it's going to be, and it was everything. It was everything you wanted it to be.
The guys that blood, sweat, and tears all year long, it was just us on the bench, no one else. That 4 minutes on the bench, that was probably the best 4 minutes of my life.